plan to the media, and they've done so with the help of this very nice little pocketbook here, and it's to help all of the media to understand what SARU have in mind with the Federation due to present their 6th World Cup team later on this year, a team that will be aiming to add to the 2 world titles that the Springboks have already won. In studio we welcome SARU CEO Jurie Roux. Welcome to Morning Live.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, so whenever we speak transformation, especially when we speak about rugby, quotas is the first thing that comes up for everybody. But you've said that this is not a quota document. This is not something to achieve certain quotas. However, I understand when you presented it yesterday, you said that by 2019 you're hoping for 50% of the Springboks to be black.
Yeah, very much so. It's a comprehensive plan, and in terms of the plan, we are addressing all of the issues in rugby and all of the challenges that we face, and we do that from the grassroots up, and that's skills development, it's governance, it's running the business of rugby. And we believe if we start at the bottom and we take everything in consideration and have all of the plans in place, by 2019 that would be a reality. Without forcing numbers, without enforcing quotas into teams, we will have a natural progression to a 50% representation at that level.
But the matter of urgency is this year's World Cup. It's going to get underway in the United Kingdom in September. What can we expect our Springbok team to look like?
Well, hopefully the team will be a winning team. That's the foremost issue for us, and we want to compete and be competitive. The team itself is selected on merit and has always been selected on merit. There is no quota, there is no numbers that is given to Heineken, and none is given to us by the government. So we set our own targets and we set our own plan, and that's exactly what we try to do through this transformation plan. And we will go to the World Cup with the best available team and hopefully bring back the cup.
A couple of months ago, we had the minister speaking about the complexion of our Springbok team. I mean, what has been your feeling to that, and how have you worked with the Department of Sport and Recreation to assure them that rugby is doing what it can?
Well, we endorsed the National Sports Plan, which was the first step. We then embarked on our own process in terms of a sports endowment and also obviously a transformation endowment. And we decided collectively as South African Rugby how we're going to support the plan and how we're going to assist the country as a nation to rectify the incorrectness and what was wrong in the past. No, so we're not in a fight with the Department of Sports and Recreation. We're not in a fight with SASCOC. We endorse their programs. We work with them, whether it's long-term player development, whether it's long-term coaching development, and we've got a good relationship. To this day, the minister has never ever told us who to select, where to select, and which direction we have to take. They've endorsed this plan, so has SASCOC publicly, and hopefully together we can get to a result by 2019.
By 2019, so that's the long-term goal and what you guys are aiming for. In this little pocketbook that I mentioned, the Strategic Transformation Plan, just on the second page, it's got a little graphic here, Black Representation by Competition, 2008 to 2013. It's a little bit of a worrying trend because we actually had more black representation back in 2008 across all forms of rugby than what we did in 2013.
That's exactly what we're doing at the moment. We're honest and open. I mean, anybody else would actually hide this graph.
What happened though?
What happened in terms of that?
Yeah, I mean, how did it slip like that over the years?
Well, it slipped on the basis, it's a number of reasons, and we can go through the list of reasons, but in reality, we are struggling with a basis of players coming from a level of malnutrition, getting to a level where they can still compete up to an age group, and after the age group, the difference in terms of nutrition and the previous disadvantage just becomes too big. There's a bottleneck. People are under pressure and they would easily pick an off-the-shelf product rather than invest in time and effort in getting somebody up to the same standard in terms of playing. At Craven Week, on average, scientifically proven, our black players are 10 to 15 kilograms lighter than the white players. So we've got challenges there, and those are the challenges that we're addressing. By coincidence, if you just page on and take the next graph, you'll see that there's been an uplifting in terms of that, and since we've gone on to our new pathway. But the glaring issue there is that within the Springbok team, the representation has gone. And once again, we don't try to hide it. We don't lie about it. What we need to do is enhance the amount of black players on Vodacom level, on Super Rugby level, on Currie Cup level, because only if they play on that level can Heineken actually choose them from those teams to play in the Springboks. And that's why we're on this very aggressive plan to address all of the issues and get to a result that will make it a merit choice by 2019 on each and every level.
And I understand that the transformation plan is not necessarily just about the players that play the game, but it's also about the administration as well as some of the officials. I understand that you're also hoping to have more female representation.
Yeah, very much so. It's a very comprehensive plan. So one of the dimensions, and there's 6 dimensions, one of them is governance. Then there's obviously the representation on each and every level. If we look at where we are as a federation, we can't stand in isolation. We're a social and a corporate citizen, and we have to be responsible in what we do. In terms of that, it's not only about race, it's about gender. We've got to look at all of our executives in our unions. We've got to look at all of our managers and all of our employees and ensure that there's not only race equality but also gender equality.
Lovely stuff. Thank you very much, SARU CEO. There's so much more that we could chat about, and I'd love to do that, of course, because there were some other issues when it comes to some of our referees, but we'll have to get you in another time. So I hope that you'll take our call next time to get you in studio here on Morning Live. That's SARU's CEO, Jurie Roux, just chatting to us about rugby's strategic transformation plan. It's time now to bring you your headline.